Disney Time Podcast.
Hey guys, we just got back from our trip down to Disneyland for the weekend. We went to Galaxy's Edge. Obviously, if you watched this video, you saw we went to Galaxy's Edge already.
Right.
So we're gonna do a little bit of a recap here. So, that way you guys can know what to expect if you have a reservation coming up. What you should expect, and then how it should go about. We did notice that the crowd levels were a little bit lower than expected.
They were nowhere near what we were anticipating.
Right, and I don't know, we don't know if it's because people got scared away for the first weekend or if it's gonna catch up.
Right.
Because it potentially has the ability to catch up to what the levels we thought it was gonna be.
Right, I mean, because for one, I was totally expecting not to even see the ground.
Right, because of the amount of people
and
we
just
expected.
like, excuse me, sorry, pardon me.
Yeah,
trying to weave our way through the crowds, but
we were like, what crowds?
what crowds? I mean, like, it was crazy for the fact that, I mean, like, sure, like a lot of rides peaked at some points,
Right.
but like throughout the day, like even Space Mountain was like 30 to 45 minutes.
Like average.
When do you see that?
Yeah, like yesterday, it was a Saturday.
Right.
Saturday night.
Saturday was.
We
That's right.
We rode the Matterhorn 3 times in a row, and
Yeah.
literally it was a walk on each time.
Yeah, we were trying to time it so that
Yeah.
when we were going down the mountain, the fireworks would go off.
Yeah.
And third time's the charm, apparently.
Yeah, 3 times the charm, but it took 3 times in a row to do that.
And
so.
we literally walked on.
Each time, yeah.
Right.
So, first time we're in the front, then the next time we're in the back, and the next time we're in the front,
Yeah.
which front row seats to the
Front
fireworks.
row seats to the fireworks.
Which was pretty awesome, yeah. Pretty
Right.
awesome. But back to Galaxy's Edge, it was unexpected for me.
Right. I honestly feel that Disney truly planned.
Yes.
Like they had excellent planning for this. They really thought it through. The reservation system, as of what we experienced, it was spot on.
Very organized.
It was amazingly organized.
Right.
Even getting our wristbands, I mean, the line was just moving. I mean, sure, when we first got there was a big line of like people, big crowd, but
At launch base, yeah.
when they announced the whole you could start registering in 2 hours ahead, that's when everyone wants to do it.
2 hours ahead of the group, yeah.
Right, and so since ours was at 2 o'clock, we headed there at like noon, probably got there around probably 12:10 or so, and yeah, there was just a whole crowd of people.
So a tip then.
If you don't want to deal with that,
If you don't want to deal with that, wait 30 minutes.
probably, yeah, just a half hour.
Wait 30 minutes and you'll just walk in, and then you'll be able to register.
By the time we exited and got our wristbands and got them all checked in and scanned and activated, when we walked outside, there was no line anymore. Yeah, wait that half hour.
You're gonna.
So essentially, check in an hour and a half before.
Yeah, instead of 2 hours.
Instead of 2 hours, yeah.
Yeah, and that's gonna be at Launch Bay first floor.
Right, we're on the
Launch
first
Bay
floor.
So starting with the parking experience.
They announced that on the opening weekend opening
Day 31st.
they would open the parking by midnight. And to our, I don't know, ignorance or whatever, just off the top of our heads, we just assumed garage.
Garage.
The Mickey and Friends parking garage. But by the time we drove by the garage, it was empty.
It was blocked off too.
And it was blocked off. It closed. So
They redirected us.
They had signs though.
Yeah.
They had like those lit traffic electronic signs that were pointing us to go essentially to the Toy Story lot.
Toy Story lot, and it was so that means they were prepared. They knew people were gonna try to go to that garage.
When they announced that they opened the parking, they didn't specifically say garage, but they said parking. They just essentially funneled us over to the other lot. So it was pretty smart on Disney's end to try and fill up that lot because I guess they still wanted to reserve the garage
for the normal parking people.
Right.
The 1 hour ahead of.
Right, for normal parking.
So now you guys, if you have an 8 a.m. reservation, they do allow you to check in at 6 a.m. Right?
So you can still.
So they're gonna open at
The parking.
They're open the
parking.
at 5:30 a.m. So we're assuming it's gonna be at the Toy Story lot again. If you want to get the 1 hour before the park opening, which would be 7,
Right.
then you should get there at 7 to park at the garage if you want to park at the garage.
Yeah.
So you don't really have to worry about it For now, I mean, because we don't know what's gonna happen.
This is just from our experience
Yeah.
this past weekend.
Right, because even today the crowd level is just so low.
Right.
But we don't know if there's gonna be a correction because the word's gonna get out to everybody that the park was so low in capacity.
Right. We feel that everyone was just so scared on going to the parks at all this weekend because of Galaxy's Edge opening. So literally only the people who had reservations to go to Galaxy's Edge showed up at Disneyland. That's why it just seems so empty.
Right.
But we think now that also that because of that, word's gonna get out and the parks were so empty this weekend.
So it's gonna end up maybe next weekend.
Full. Maybe next weekend is gonna be full. So who knows? That was just our experience this weekend. So
we'll just have to wait and see what happens with the park levels there.
So if you see this beforehand, just keep that in mind. From our experience, the parks were empty, but that may vary.
It may change
if you go after.
So after we got our bands, we just waited around a little bit.
Yeah, just hovering around the rest of the park, really.
Let's talk about the merch. Along with the early reservation people, on our first experience, on our first day, they had, the reason why they opened at midnight was for merch purposes. They had a lot of line, in the promenade, they taped it out for people to go in and then be early to buy the merch, special edition merch for the day of opening.
So they had lots, I'll say they had special opening day merch that had May 31st on it, the actual date.
Yeah, and things you could only get on that day, especially the pins. Those were the big things that people were really trying to be there first to get. So we were confused by the whole thing because they were selling opening day merch in a bunch of different places.
Yeah, it's scattered essentially throughout all the major retailing places in the park, even Pooh Corner.
And even Alliance and Company across at California Adventure was selling some opening day merch too.
So it didn't even have to be in Disneyland, although there is a lot that were restricted that you can only buy in Disneyland.
Yeah, and stuff that you can only buy particularly in Launch Bay Level 2.
Right.
Which is why we were confused because there was such a big line.
There was such a big rush to get to Launch Bay.
Like people running
at 5 in the morning.
Right, they're running to get up to the second floor.
And I'm just we were confused about the whole situation, and then there were some cast members at the top of the entrance for to get into the merch area that they had these little paper pamphlets of what they were gonna sell.
Right.
And then essentially on one side it was listing stuff for opening day, and then the opposite side was just opening season.
Yep.
So it's not limited to just on the 31st, but they were expecting to sell out of all the opening day stuff, which
it didn't happen because the parks weren't weren't enough people to do that. So
which I did see a couple AP exclusive opening day shirts still.
Yeah.
That might have changed by today, since we didn't go to the parks today. Open.
Yeah, so if you have reservation, or even if you don't, when you go to the park, there should still be stuff available for you to buy.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they're gonna keep making it and having that kind of merch available.
Because the season is long to me.
Right, but don't expect from at least today on to have any more opening
day specific stuff. Yeah. So let's talk about our experience when we went into Galaxy's Edge.
Sure.
They had us go in through the Hungry Bear pathway.
Yeah, on the very far west part of the park.
Right. And so that's I would say the Resistance side of Galaxy's Edge.
Right.
Because they have the Resistance merch shop, and they have the X-Wing over there.
They had an X-Wing, they had an A-Wing.
Yeah, an A-Wing. And then that's also the side where Rise of the Resistance is going to be.
Well, we speculate that.
Because
if you look at the map, there's this kind of a weird zigzag path that doesn't lead to anything now, but we're pretty sure that's probably the line queue for Rise of the Resistance.
Yeah, and then there's a gate that has a turret on the top, right? So that was that might be potentially
the entry.
Yeah. And then they're gonna make a zigzag over toward the pathway to Hungry Bear. And it's just okay.
Yeah, if you look at the map in the Disneyland app, you'll see from the above view, there's you'll see Poe Dameron's X-Wing there.
Right, so that's probably another part of the queue.
Right, yeah, and that's part of the ride.
Right, part of the yeah.
And then towards the market area, there's these big closed bay doors. So I'm guessing that might be where they exit from Rise of the Resistance right into the marketplace. So as you know, that's what Disney does. All the exits to rides just lead into merch.
Right. Definitely. I mean, there's some articles out there that are saying that the Star Wars Galaxy's Edge itself is like just a big merch for
pretty much. It really
just
is.
for Star Wars fans. Like there's all this stuff. It really is though, because like the Resistance stuff, you can buy costumes, you can buy helmets, you can buy like
just
even
apparel,
like stuff that's related to Resistance, and then they even have a First Order area. You can buy all the First Order related things. But you know, it's not obviously labeled, you know, with Star Wars, whatever. But you know, it's still there. Like, you can see it in small print. It's on there. It's like Star Wars Galaxy's Edge on there. But it's a lot of merch. There's a lot of merch.
So again, for up until June 23rd, you have to have a reservation to get into the land, and this reservation is only 4 hours long. So that means you're limited on what you can actually do per visit.
Right.
So in our experience, we were able to do Smugglers Run, and we ate at Docking Bay 7 and pretty much just walked around, just trying to take it all in.
We also were able to get from the milk stand. Because that was really quick too.
Right. I got a cup of blue milk, and we got Zane a cup
green.
of,
So we basically got to try both.
Yeah. I like the blue way better, by the way.
Same here.
The green tasted weird.
It did.
But you know, I bantha milk for the win. So.
Yeah. I actually heard that if you buy both, you can ask for a cup and you can mix it.
Well, anyway. Those were the experiences that
we got to try.
We were able to do. What we didn't, because they would have taken like
probably
a significant amount of time just to even do, were the Savi's workshop
to build a lightsaber.
To build a lightsaber. There was also the Droid Factory. And Oga's Cantina.
So I do have some footage. If you probably earlier on you guys saw, I walked into the exit of the Droid Factory. So you'll see inside like people making their droids and stuff. You have to pre-purchase like the blueprints and stuff like that before you enter, which makes sense because you know like you don't want to waste the time going in there. Like you don't want to waste people's time going in there without buying anything, right? Same thing happened with Savi's workshop. You would have to pre-purchase the lightsaber before you can go in and build your lightsaber. But they did cut off, so if you have only 2 hours left on your reservation, they're gonna cut off the end of the line for you guys. So they're gonna reject you from going and making an appointment. So
that just tells you how much
it takes.
It's gonna take to
about 2 hours basically.
Right, to have that experience.
Right.
And then Oga's Cantina.
There was a really long line.
It was just a long line just to get in, and it's the only place to drink.
Right.
They're the only establishment as of right now in Galaxy's Edge that has the alcoholic beverages.
And they do offer a couple of tiki mugs that you can buy. One's a Korg and the other one, I forgot what the other one was.
Yeah.
But they do have it in there.
Those souvenir cups.
Yeah. So those are the things we didn't get to do. What we did get to do though was do Smugglers Run.
That was awesome.
So a tip with the Smugglers Run is when you initially go into the land with everybody else.
Right, when it's your reservation time, we recommend don't go straight.
Like straight there, yeah. Because
unless you're literally at the front of like your entry, like
when you're at the very front of
your
reservation.
Yeah, like literally front in line. Before they let you into the land. If you want to try and power walk your way there, that I guess that might be doable. It's just better if you just wait
a little bit because it goes so initially when you go in there, it's gonna be like a 70 to 90 minute wait.
Right. When it's that hour overlap between the 4 hour blocks reservations, that's when the line queue jumps.
It goes from a 30 minute to like a 90 minute.
Right. So we just recommend maybe wait that first hour, 2 hours. And you have a total of 4.
Yeah, so maybe half the time and then you can get in there.
Right. I mean, and it's the only ride in the whole land anyway, so unless the lightsabers or Droid Factory or Oga's Cantina are higher on your list, then we suggest just waiting that first hour out before heading to Smugglers Run at least.
Definitely. That's based on our experience.
Right.
But so let's talk about Smugglers Run, the ride itself. Yeah. What did you think of the queue going?
The queue was actually pretty cool. So you first enter through this one, like there's a tall pillar structure on the left side if you're facing the Millennium Falcon, and that's where you enter. There's a line queue that goes behind the Millennium Falcon on the outside. Mm-hmm. So you get to see
underneath.
Right, you get to see underneath and on the back side, and then you enter this one like back hangar area where they have this engine testing mock-up.
And then you hear voices of the people who are like the
working,
engineers,
working on the engine or whatnot. Then you head back up to, or you head upstairs. Part of the line queue is it zigzags to go into a second level, and then you get to actually see the backside on top.
On top
of
yeah.
the Millennium Falcon. And then from there, you kind of just snake back into.
It's like a show building.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And once you reach a certain point, you essentially meet Hondo Ohnaka.
Hondo Ohnaka.
He's up on the
platform
above you.
That is a really cool animatronic.
Yeah, it's
because he's like walking.
It's an animatronic. It's
Yeah.
not like projected.
Yeah.
Or like on a screen. What is on a screen is
behind him.
Like it's supposed to be a window to the hangar behind him, and that's where they show the Millennium Falcon falling down. Chewie is actually flying.
Yeah, he's
the
flying it,
Millennium Falcon
and landing it there
in that hangar bay. So that's supposed to be the illusion of like, okay, you saw the Millennium Falcon outside, but then Chewie comes in, I guess,
and moves it
into that new area.
Yeah.
So that is the hope. I'm gonna guess that's the immersion of. From there, that's when you actually go and load into like
what they're saying is the Millennium Falcon.
Because back in when we first were speculating, we were hoping that there'd be a ramp that would
goes
go underneath
the
Millennium
cargo
Falcon.
loading.
Yeah.
Yeah, but nah.
No, I mean that Millennium Falcon is literally a showpiece.
That's a showpiece.
Yeah, you don't get there's
they
a
even
fence.
they even fence it off, so
Yeah,
you can't
so
even get that close.
you can't even touch it. So
Yeah.
after Hondo Ohnaka talks to you about the whole mission,
They ask you how many are your party.
right, and that's when they kind of sort
you out, and they put you in this. They let you walk in, and you're kind of. They say it's kind of like walking into the Falcon,
Right.
where you know that iconic scene where they have the chess board, and
Yeah.
they have the seat.
That one like major, almost like a gathering area.
Yeah, it's like a big loading area. They give you different cards.
Right, and those are you get one of 3 cards,
It's either pilot, engineer, or
gunner. And they're also broken up by a different color.
Yeah.
Because I believe there was maybe like 4 groups or so.
Yeah,
At least
yeah.
when we
There's
went
like
in.
an orange for us. A
Yeah,
red,
so we
brown,
got an orange group,
Yep.
and then so like the cast members in that holding area is like, orange group, gather over here, and so
Yeah.
you look at the card that they give you, and you know I'll have the position you are, so like either
Yeah, it says
pilot,
it.
engineer, or gunner, and it's obviously a certain color. So go to that cast member, and then you sort out to your 1 out of 6 spots.
Yeah, there's arrangement. The thing is, they also give you enough time so that you can sit in the seat and then take pictures and stuff like that for that, But we were like kind of confused, so we didn't sit there. They didn't really tell us.
Yeah.
They didn't say, hey, you can sit here and take some pictures or whatnot. I was kind of expecting them to have a photo pass person that takes your picture there, but they didn't. So
Yeah, it's essentially you have to take your own.
you have to do your own.
Right.
And they were just like calling groups. So I was like, well, what do yeah. But then they after that they call your group, then you load into a pre-show.
Right, and Hondo Ohnaka
is telling you
more details about your mission.
And how what the pilots are supposed to do, and what the gunners are supposed to do. But they didn't tell us what the engineer would do. Yeah,
The cast member did.
The cast member did.
He essentially just looked at us like, just fix the ship.
Just fix the ship. And like, okay.
Because we were both engineers in our ride through. So when we ride in it, you get into the cockpit. There's one pilot does left and right, the other pilot goes up and down. Then the 2 gunners, they essentially press buttons to shoot the guns, and then for us engineers, whenever we get hit, damaged, then there'll be light.
The buttons.
The buttons on your left or right side will start lighting up, and you just have to hit the buttons essentially to try and fix the ship.
Yeah.
So that's the whole teamwork aspect of the ride itself. And I mean, you can technically fail.
But we didn't.
We were able to retrieve 1. I don't know how many total you could have gotten, but we did get 1 container of, I forget what it's called. But that's the item. But that's the item we're trying to smuggle or steal, whichever, however you want to put it. And I was able to see, like on my screen on my right side, I was 81% accurate.
Yeah,
I don't know. It
yeah.
didn't give me context,
exactly.
but it just said 81%.
Mine was at 100. I don't know how.
So it's better than me.
Yeah.
I guess it's just like you pressing the button.
Yeah.
I might have missed a button or 2, so I guess that's why.
And then they also had us launch harpoon too,
Right.
so I was like, I kept mashing the buttons lit up. I was like, what am I? I was keep pressing it. But yeah, that was pretty much the whole mission for them.
Right.
And,
then you just exit from there.
they exit. Yeah, they tell you to take the turbo lift, which is an elevator.
Which is just an elevator.
But yeah, and it takes you down, and you exit.
So that was was pretty much a quick run through of Smugglers Run.
Yeah, and we'll probably put a ride through it.
Yeah.
He's got the video, I've got video, we'll combine it.
Yeah, and, I mean, like when you're in the cockpit, it actually does move around.
It moves.
Like in Star Tours. So,
yeah. And depending on what the pilots are doing,
right,
it will move.
Right. So it actually does react to what the pilot does too.
Right. So it's immersive.
Yeah, I thought it was really fun. So I would definitely love to go do it again and hopefully try a different position. I'd love to do the pilot.
Yeah, the pilot seems like though they got the best spot.
Right, and I mean, especially if you're doing it with a friend, then that's definitely more teamwork.
Right.
Instead of like, you know, relying on someone you don't know.
Yeah. But anyways, that was a pretty immersive experience. Galaxy's Edge definitely feels like you're not on this planet. So you don't even feel like you're in Disneyland.
No, yeah, exactly. Like once you enter any of the entrances, even, you're literally not in Disneyland anymore.
Especially because like when you're entering from there, it's like you go down. So
and then, back up.
Then back up. So it's like you're entering into a new world.
Right.
So that's what they were going for, and it really feels like that. So.
Right. It really like segregated itself, or it's separated enough that you, like you said, you forget you're actually
in Disneyland. Yeah. It was awesome.
Yeah, great experience. Can't wait to do it again, but you know that's all really dependent of the crowd levels.
Yeah.
Because I mean, the next time definitely that we're gonna try to go again is in August. During D23 Expo.
So not only are we gonna have D23 Expo crowd, but you know you still have people who are trying to go into Galaxy
right,
Expo
because
time.
that's the lift. That by then the whole reservation system's been like they've stopped.
Done. Yeah, exactly. So we'll see. I know Rissa wants to try to buy it.
Oh yeah, Rissa wanted to try and make a lightsaber. So you know, I mean, by then there shouldn't be really much of a time restriction at that point.
Yeah, so what they're gonna do is have a virtual queue.
Right.
So once you get into the land, you can pretty much stay there the whole day if you want it. They're not gonna tell you. They're not gonna kick you out. But you know, it's a matter of getting into the land and staying in the land. So you can put your name down on reservation and wait. You know.
Yeah. For this first initial, go through, I think the 4-hour window was actually.
It was enough.
It was generous actually. Yeah. I mean, sure. There's definitely other things that we could have done, and
like the Play Disney app. That's another.
Oh yeah, we didn't even try that.
They gave us
a pamphlet.
A pamphlet that tells us what you could do with the Play Disney app.
Yeah, you could be like a hacker.
Yeah, or something.
Scanning.
There's a lot of hidden things in the land. So 4 hours wasn't enough for to do that.
But yeah, I mean, for me personally, I just really wanted to
take it all in, right?
Yeah.
Same. I want to take it all in too.
Right, and then of course, down the line, I mean, it's now open, so, and we're annual pass holders, so you can just go whenever or whenever it's feasible to go and just check out more. Overall, it was awesome.
Great weekend too.
Yeah.
And it was a very good surprise to have low park.
Right, low attendance.
Yeah, low park attendance. So, thanks for watching this video, and don't forget to keep your watch listening to Disney Time.
Alright, till next time guys.
Thank you.
See ya.
Hey guys, thanks for tuning in to our YouTube video and for watching this latest video. Please click on either of the videos on the either side here, and also please subscribe to our channel. Go to DisneyTimePodcast.com where we have our podcast as well as some more of the vlog videos, and we also have our Instagram account linked there. So check it out. Thanks.